the beauty and the magic of the brain. The reason I've been thinking about that so often is these days we're programming new skills into Claude. We're programming new co-work exercises. We're essentially programming our brains out of function and inducing higher levels of brain rot. And we're collectively, as a species, speaking about how beautiful Claude is, how remarkable this AI, these LLMs are, without really celebrating our own hardware and biology, and simultaneously, I think, forgetting that if not exercised and taken care of, it too rots. And that's kind of why I'm curious to hear how you think about the beauty of the human mind or brain.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think, this is one of the most pernicious aspects of this kind of glorification of AI. And again, I want to be careful because I do think it's amazing. Like, no one expected AI, by which, I'm not talking only about language models. AlphaFold that predicts the structure of proteins is also amazing. There are many amazing things that have happened in this latest wave of deep learning networks and large foundation models and so on. These are incredible, and I think we should also kind of marvel at our human ingenuity in creating such things. Like, this is absolutely amazing. Um,
Mhm.
but at the same time, if we sort of worship these systems as sort of better versions of ourselves, then I think we make a big mistake. Um, we profoundly diminish and reduce what it is to be a living human being in a real world when we do that. Yeah, in a sense, when we project consciousness into language models, what we're doing is we're seeing ourselves in the algorithms that we've designed. But this kind of mirror goes both ways. The author Shannon Vallot has this beautiful book about the AI mirror, and this mirror goes both ways. So we tend not only to see ourselves in our algorithms when we project consciousness into our language models, but we also see our algorithms in ourselves that we then tend to think, okay, well, maybe that's what we are. And this kind of dialectic is very common where people criticize a language model and say, well, it's just predicting the next word. And then the next response is, well, I mean, maybe that's all the brain does as well. And
Mm.
I think, well, yes and no. It's a sort of hypothesis for what brains do, but actually there's a lot of evidence that brains don't work like that. I mean, we don't have to get trained on the whole internet in order to learn how to speak. We're also much more energy efficient. So I think brains are marvelous in a different way, and I think
Mm.
what we should do is both celebrate the amazingness of the technologies that collectively we have the ingenuity to develop, but remember that they are different from us, and reflect also on these differences so that we can continue to celebrate what marks us as what we still do. You know what's
Right.
what's our little niche within the world of the universe of things. So I think that for me is super important to have to sort of cling on to just remaining in awe and wonder about what makes us us.